Hello everybody and welcome to Realistic Realtors with Superior Coaching School. I'm Nick, this is Bill. We're all about keeping it real and giving you guys a plan to build your business right now. So we're going to take our plan and put it into action because today we're on lesson 21 talking about referrals. So Bill, I want to start off today with a quote, as we always do, from Mark Zuckerberg. Guy knows a thing or two about referrals.
So. Yeah.
He says nothing influences people more than a recommendation from a trusted friend.
Absolutely, Nick. And I will tell you, you want any kind of longevity in real estate, then success in real estate is totally based on referrals. It's all about repeat business. You're just not going to put ad after ad after ad and expect business to come to you. It's not that way. Referral business grows your livelihood. What kind of stats do we have out there, Nick, about referral business?
Well, 84% of people say that they take action based on the referral of a close friend. So what that means is that almost over 8 out of 10 people say that if they get a recommendation to go try something out from someone they know personally, they take action and actually go do it.
And Nick, ready for this? How about 70% of people out there will hire you based on an online referral review.
Yeah.
They don't even know you, but they're going to take the recommendation from a total stranger.
Yeah.
That's how important reviews, which lead into referrals, are.
Yeah, so what it is essentially is you're tapping into, human nature is to trust people. Some people are very distrusting and for good reason.
Sure.
But it's human nature to trust, the recommendations of people. So when you get a referral and someone says, you should try this place out or you should use this realtor, people tend to believe you just because it's that third-party validation, right? And I think it's so important to remember that. So one of the steps we'll start with is when you're building a successful referral business, I teach a class about building a referral business online.
Yep.
Everything we talk about is how to add and to grow to your sphere on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram, and basically connect personally with people in your sphere because they will refer you their friends and family and sphere. And what do we call friend of a friend, Bill?
It's going to be a referral.
That's a potential referral,
Yeah,
right? And so on Facebook, as we give you the quote from Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, you have mutual friends. Those are all referrals. So Bill, tell us a little bit more now about, okay, so we've taken into account, we've added our clients on Facebook and LinkedIn. How do we ask for a referral or if they know anybody?
It's all about the follow-up. With almost every aspect of real estate, it's about the follow-up, especially in referrals. When I have a closing, Nick, and I got along really well with the client I just closed with, on the way out, I might ask him for lunch. And if we go to lunch, even if not, I'll be like, hey, listen, Robert, we just had a great closing. Hopefully, really represented you well. You're really happy with my services, and I made you really feel I care about you because that's so important. That's what they want to make sure that they feel we put them first through the process. And if they're happy with our process, I reach right out to them, right? Walk into the parking lot if we're not going to lunch. Listen, Robert, the only way I survive and I actually feed my family is I make clients like you happy and you get me referrals. Please, you have my business card, you have all my information. Anytime you're at a party, you're at work, you hear about someone wanting to sell their house or buy a new house, please reach out to me and give me their information, or please share my information with them. Because Nick, it's the only way you survive in real estate is if you build a good working relationship with your clients, and it will grow into a bunch of referrals.
And you get repeat referral business, right?
Absolutely.
But what happens if the clients that you help forget about you? Right?
Right, we have to remember to follow up with them, right? So, the old school approach, I'm going to follow up with a phone call. Right? I'm going to follow up with inviting them to lunch. I'm going to follow up inviting them to a party. Maybe it's an email. But you'll have an approach that's different. And what's your approach when it comes to follow up to grow your referral business?
Well, what I would say is this. If you have a closing and you get social media connection with them and you're able to add them on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, other places, you want to always stay engaged with your past clients online, okay? Because again, as Bill mentioned to you, 70% of people will take the recommendation or referral of someone they don't even know, someone online, and trust that it's true. And so by posting pictures, throwbacks, happy house anniversary 1 year ago, you closed on this home, things of that nature, that's the kind of content you post online on social media that can connect you with their sphere and friends of your clients, which helps you build a referral business. Because, I always give this example. We all hate to hear this, but, you'll get a call or phone call or something from a friend of yours, maybe someone, acquaintance, someone you haven't connected with
I know where you're going.
a couple of years. Yeah, someone maybe you haven't talked to in a while, and you say, hey, good to hear from you, man. It's been so long. And they're like, yeah, I actually just bought a house. Was hoping you weren't busy on Saturday. I need help moving stuff. And then you're like, I got one less friend today.
Yeah.
Like, darn.
Well, that's because you forgot to tell your friend, remind them, hey, I sell real estate for a living. Do not forget about me. That's our fault. It's not like they went and hired a different realtor on purpose.
Yeah.
Usually not the case.
Yeah.
But maybe this usually is because we forgot to touch them.
Yeah.
Send out touches, right?
And I want to take it one step further. Let's say there is somebody that a friend of yours knows, right? So it's a referral. And they say, well, I'm kind of already working with somebody. I've talked to a few realtors. Just the simple fact that your client recommended you, that you will kind of skip the line. You get special preference. Oh, well, if Joe recommended Bill, even though I've already been talking to Nick, I think I'm going to go with Bill because of Joe's recommendation.
Absolutely. All the stats show us that people will hire a professional that's recommended by a personal friend, period. So that's why it's so important to stay in contact with your past clients, because they will build our business through the referral.
Yeah.
And so many people get lazy, Nick, that they don't do it.
Yeah.
And we need to always stay in contact with our past clients because they will build our business. Listen, my business over the years is totally built on referral base. Sure, I've done a lot of advertising, a lot of print ads, a lot of farming. But if I look back and track everything, majority of my business is from past clients introducing me to family members. Nick, I've sold, let's see, just one couple, just from the top of my head, mom and dad a house, grandparents a house, both kids a house, and guess what? 3 of them moved within 5 years. So I got 7 sales just because of one family.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, that just shows the extension of the network that
Sure.
people have. But I think it's so key that, when we're talking about the personal connection that someone has, more so now than any time in history, it's easy for people to connect and find realtors online because it's just so easy. You just Google realtors in your area, you'll find 1,000 of them, right?
Yep.
So what's differentiating you from anybody else? Well, if you know people that recommend you, that holds more weight and value than anything that, any Zillow, any sort of promotion, any ad. But those ads help fund the new business that you're bringing in.
Absolutely.
Which can then turn into more referrals.
More
right?
referrals. And one thing that we do in our success guide, we have a section on referrals and tracking referrals and the do's and don'ts about going about referrals. And it's so important when we track referrals, connect them. If you're selling real estate for the last 15 years like I have, you will forget sometimes that you sold Bob's house and Bob went and got you Stacy and John. You have to be able to connect who these people are.
Yeah.
And that family tree is really important that you know that family tree. Because I've been out there before and I've forgotten the family tree and it gets a little embarrassing.
Yeah. Well, exactly. You got to remember who helped you, right? And you got to thank those who built your business, right? Because really these people are building your business. And so what are some ways that you've thanked clients in the past for giving you a referral? Because I know there are people out there that will say, hey, I will give you maybe a gift card. I know there are limitations in regulation based on
finances,
what you can
right?
undo that, obviously. But obviously, sometimes it's a nice thank you card, right? So we've used things like send out cards in the past where you create a nice personal message and take a picture with them perhaps and say, thank you, we really appreciate you referring us. This is how, as you mentioned, this is how our business lasts, right?
And it's lunches, it's dinners, it's coffee, it's events. Like you said, you give away baseball tickets. There's nothing better than to be invited
Oh,
right?
yeah. So
I tease my clients all the time, Nick.
Yeah.
When they have a housewarming, so you got to invite your realtor.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean, they just bought a house, especially in a neighborhood you don't know, and you can connect with a bunch of new people.
Oh, it's great.
It's like the family tree, and you're building a new branch.
Yeah.
Right? And you're expanding your referral branch, with more life, new life to it.
Yeah, I love it. And actually, I was just going to give the example. So I had season tickets for a long time to the Charlotte Knights, and so I actually invited some of my clients to the Knights game, and they said, "Hey, well, we actually just met somebody. We had a friend. Can we invite them too?" I said, "Yeah, of course."
Of course,
I said,
that's
"Please."
even better. Yeah, you can say, "Listen, I got 4 tickets, and 2 just canceled for this Friday's game. You and I are going. Do you have some friends you want to bring?"
Yeah.
That's actually a great strategy. I like that.
Yeah,
For now on, 4 tickets, I invite 1 person.
Yeah.
And tell them to bring a friend.
Yeah, well, they invited their neighbors, their new neighbors. They just moved from out of state. They invited their new neighbors, and then now I'm getting to meet new people in their community.
Yeah.
In their neighborhood, and so just again, review for referrals. You got to ask for them.
Yep,
right?
and you got to add all your client base to your social media to
Yes.
stay in touch with your referrals. That's really important. We can follow up through the social media, through send out cards. We can follow up with taking them out to ball games, follow up to parties, attending their parties. Pretty basic stuff, but the problem is most people don't do it, Nick, right?
Yeah. Well, you see a lot of people don't take care of their clients after the fact, and they never ask for referrals. I always say too, you can ask anybody for referrals. You don't even have to work with them, right? It's just people that you know in your sphere. Whether it's also, your family. I think family is very underutilized. I mean, I just had a realtor that came to one of our classes the other day, and he said, "Well, Nick, I don't know a lot of people. I'm not on Facebook and stuff." I said, "Well, do you have kids?" And he said, "Both my kids, actually, yeah. They're all over social media and stuff." I was like, "Well, do they come to your events?" "Oh, my daughter, she brought my grandson to my open house last week. She's got like 5,000 friends on Facebook." I said, "Then why aren't you telling her to post about that on
Yeah.
Facebook, right? That her dad is a realtor.
Sure.
You should be tapping into that market because I guarantee you, she's in her 30s, has kids. She's got a lot of people that she can connect with that are probably looking for homes,
Yep.
right? So it's all about knowing when to ask and how to ask and making sure that's keeping it front of mind. So
Yep.
we're going to bring in a special guest for our interview this week.
Built their business on referral-based business. Don't advertise. They just keep taking care of the past clients well. They keep connecting with their past clients. They follow up real well.
Yeah, and what you'll find out about him is that he's a dynamite agent who's, like, as you mentioned, built his entire business on referrals. But you'll find that he's one of the most people-centered, he's a people person. He focuses his business on just getting to know people.
Sure.
He doesn't try to push too hard, but he makes personal connections. So we're really excited to have him, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week.